this is going to be a real quick one. This is something that I don't really get into or anything, but it looked really neat. And yeah, it's a TwoSun titanium milled pen. They do a few more things other than knives. They did fidget spinners for a while, but I haven't seen any of those for sale, so they probably decided against that. Sorry for the fibers. I just finished a cut test in another video here. But yeah, from the pictures, I thought that this was actually purple and gold, but that was mostly my own fault for... I use a program that, as the sun sets, removes more and more blue out of the monitor to more incandescent kind of light. So it looked a little bit more blue when I was doing my bidding and whatnot. But it's relatively blue and gold. Still looks super nice. I like it quite a bit. Nice titanium milled pocket clip, which they've done quite a bit of. They have it stated as a PioneerEDC design, which, it's kind of interesting. This one in particular has a glass breaker on the end of it. It's a little carbide tip. I think it's carbide at least. It might just be hardened steel. And has a fairly low powerful little flashlight in there. So there you go. There's the cap that'll come off. And you just have the pen, which is, just a little tiny bit small for me, but you can just screw that on there. No problem whatsoever. It does have a lot of interesting milling going on with it. Other than, obviously the corrugated lines, which also look nice, but this area here looks pretty sweet as well. I like that quite a bit. As far as the flashlight sort of thing goes, there we go. It comes with 3 of these itty bitty little batteries. These are LR932s, looks like. Which is a little unfortunate. I do have quite a few LR44s that I use for other things here. Oh, it's in one of my drawers. There we are. Yeah. I got a ton of LR44s, but these are obviously much larger than these. So if I do need to replace the batteries on this, it will be something that I do some more orders for. The LR44s I actually use mostly these days to replace the batteries in my calipers. That's the word for them. And because I found them on a really decent sale. But yeah, something you should see, at least when you're putting this together, is negative side points up. And it does take all 3. Yep, there's the little contact there on the other side. But yeah, I really like the anodization job. This flashlight actually works pretty well to illuminate a lot of my bedroom when it's super dark, which is pretty darn cool. As for the pen itself, you can pull that guy off of there, and then it comes with a little guy there and a spring, and it uses just the Schmidt P900 replacements there, so that works out all right. I know a lot of companies really enjoy using the Fisher Space Pen cartridges, but I really don't ever have a need to write underwater or anything like that. And yeah, this thing looks pretty baller. A roommate actually said it looks fairly steampunkish, probably because of the gold anodization of the titanium, probably looking a bit like brass and whatnot. But yeah, I super like this thing. Oh, how much does this guy weigh? I mean, obviously it's a metal pen. It's gonna weigh a heck of a lot more than your standard paper mate kind of thing here. So let's see. I think I'm on grams. Yeah, 36.2 grams. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're actually holding it in your hands, it is a considerable chunk. That's probably because these pens are 90, so that'll tell you. But yeah, it looks like it's using probably like a .7 as far as the pen thing in here. Let's see, what does it say? Just says M. I would assume that's probably a .7 millimeter. Which is great for most writing tasks. I've been fairly used to using these guys, which are actually fairly darn bold as compared to a lot of other things. I mean, obviously they have a pretty darn large pen thing going on there. In fact, I can go ahead and use both of them to write. So there's that, and then here's this guy right below it. Yeah, it's a bit smaller of a ball roller in general, which helps a lot of people who write smaller get more words on the page. So all the more power to you. The only thing that might worry me just a little bit is having the little carbide glass breaker there. I mean, obviously it's got a clip, and a lot of people will put it in their shirt pocket. I probably wouldn't, because I almost exclusively carry my cell phone there. And, well, cell phones are glass. These things can do a number to the screens on them. Obviously, if you drop it hard enough, which doesn't take much at all, it can break the whole thing. But even beyond that, just lightly grazing it over there, it's much harder than the glass on there, so you're going to scratch the heck out of it. So something you do need to keep in mind is, keep your glass products away from it in whatever pocket that you decide to carry it in. For me, though, it's probably just going to sit on my desk and look all sorts of spiffy. Yep, that's the word I'm going to use, spiffy. Yeah, it's just got a little microchip in there that a lot of things end up using for full power, half power, and then, distress mode or whatever. I generally do like a little bit of a switch between them, but, obviously this is a very compact design. And you can see it doesn't really have much of a reflector. It's just basically a straw hat LED in there. But, I mean, it's decently countersunk in there. Like, you're really not going to mess around with it unless you find something smaller and shove it in there and start tapping around and whatnot. Super cool pen. I don't remember this might be the 21. Yeah. Either way, I thought it was purple. It's blue. Still looks nice. Yeah, there you go. Just a little fun thing in general. I really don't write much. I mean, obviously you can see my handwriting. I learned how to write when I was in, third, fourth grade, and then never improved, and then learned how to type. So there you go. I've been writing down a lot of things here because it's easier to get like knife measurements and or doing some counting things. Rather, I'm doing it over here in front of this desk instead of in front of my keyboard and everything on my PC that's behind me right now. So there you go. Super awesome pen. They're generally not as in demand as their knives are, so you can usually get a hold of them for a pretty decent price. I think I got into a little bit of a bidding war with somebody, and I think I got this for like 48, but I think most of them end up going for fairly less than that. I think they have like 3 or 4 models, but this one was the one that really looked neat to me. Anyway, I promise this wasn't supposed to be a long video, but here it is. What are you gonna do? Neat pen. I appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, yo. And if you apparently do enjoy my rambling, you can go ahead and give me a thumbs up or something like that. You know, helps get me in front of more people's eyeballs and ear holes and all that sort of good stuff. So, thanks.